The year is 2020. The entire nation, the world has gone into chaos, right? You remember, you were there. I went for a walk in July that year and I got short of breath. Oh no. Figuring I was the latest in the COVID statistics, I raced myself to the emergency department, only for them to say, you don't have COVID. I went through a lot of tests. Remember that nose pricky one? It's awful. So then I did what any normal person would do. Dear Google, what else causes shortness of breath in an otherwise healthy 35-year-old? Thank you. I'm very nice to AI. They're going to take over. It's fine. Dear Lindsay, maybe you have breast cancer. Google, you're so funny. Oh, but I haven't given myself an exam in a while. Huh. And that's when I found it. A lump. A hard mass on my right breast. After an ultrasound, a mammogram, a biopsy, a very, very long wait, and a very painful phone call, I got the diagnosis of stage 2A invasive ductal carcinoma. Google was right. Like so many people, I never considered what cancer was going to be like for my life. I was so scared. But never did I think I would stand before a room of people and talk about the perks of breast cancer, let alone be able to say the word breast in any way that's actually funny. So breast, boob, there we go, we got it all the way. There were perks of breast cancer, yes, more than the two that are on my chest. Breast cancer allowed me to bridge gaps that I didn't even know existed. The first perk of breast cancer was a positive mindset. I said I was scared, I was terrified, I was mad. This is unfair, there's no reason. On the list of things that could go wrong in 2020, breast cancer wasn't on there. I didn't know that it was going to happen to me. It shouldn't have happened to me. With the doctor's appointments, with the vast amount of information, with COVID still happening, I realized that there was very few things in my control. But the one that was my attitude. I could, in the best Midwest way possible, find the positive in what I was going through. I no longer have to wear a bra. Turns out I can rock a shaved head. Very nice, very low product, it's great. And because COVID was happening, I missed out on nothing. Nothing was going on. If you're gonna get cancer, do it when there's a pandemic. Just saying. I found that by having a positive attitude, it gave me hope for what would come next. If I could just keep my head up. And this is not to say I wasn't scared. I still was scared. But focusing on those things that were controllable, finding the joy, helped me go forward with my treatment. My treatment for hormone receptor positive breast cancer. You see what I did there? It's positive. Yeah, that's right. What's great about that type of cancer, if there can be anything great about a type of cancer, is my care team knew exactly how to treat it. My cancer likes hormones. Take out the hormones. Okay. Yes, it meant I had to go through menopause at the age of 36, but if it meant I didn't have to have cancer, I'll take it. Knowing that my care team was so positive and keeping myself positive bridged the gap between fear and bravery. The next perk of breast cancer is empowerment. I said, I'm from the Midwest, right? We are taught not to question authority. You pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You keep all that emotion down and you just smile and get through it. None of that is empowering. In class, because, I was getting my master's while going through cancer, because cancer can't stop everything. That's right. We talked about the difference between empowerment and just giving out a task. Empowerment truly means getting the authority to take on whatever task you are given, but the whole task, not just the steps. Cancer empowered me to do things that my Midwest nice self would have never done. I sought a second opinion. Right. I asked questions, and when I didn't understand the answers, I asked again and again and again. And there were times when I was not powerful enough. I was tired. I had so many people. Sorry, my mom's sitting right there. I had so many people around me that would empower me when I couldn't do it myself. Breast cancer empowered me to build the bridge and fill the gap between weakness and strength. My next perk is research. Oh my goodness, have you guys seen the research that's out there for breast cancer? I don't pay, premium prices for streaming services, so I get the ads. That's like, hey, if you're hormone receptor positive, HER2 negative breast cancer that's gone to the lymph nodes, maybe try this super cool treatment. And I go, that's me. Hey, I'm the face. I cannot believe it. When I got diagnosed, I thought for sure, I was going to be sick on the floor of the bathroom for weeks. That I wasn't going to be able to get out of bed, that I was going to have no energy. I wasn't going to be the mother that my children needed me to be. And that was very, very scary. But after 8 rounds of chemo, I didn't throw up once. I could still work. Whatever. And I could be the mom that my kids needed me to be during that time. On top of that, my care team, worked so hard to give me the best results. And I was part of a community all working towards the same result, a cure for me, Lindsay, and for all of you. Research is building the bridge and covering the gap truly between life and death. Our next perk of breast cancer is kindness. I cannot tell you how much the kindness of my friends, my family, complete strangers, women that had gone through the same struggles, I call them now my breast friends. That's right. It kept me going and it gave me so much hope. I also learned that kindness is not something you can ever repay. There is not a way I could do this. It's just not possible. When you have strangers, basically these women, reaching out and saying, this is what it looks like, sometimes literally. There are some people out there that would be envious of the amount of boob pics I have on my phone. But paying that forward and showing, well, sometimes literally other people pictures of my boobs and saying, this is what it looks like, there's no way I can repay that kindness. Kindness bridges the gap. between who I was and who I am. Because of my positive mindset, the empowerment that was given to me, the research, the vast amount of research, and the kindness of everyone, I can stand before you today as a survivor. This is a badge I wear with so much honor. And it's not in my notes, but I hate the color pink. I hate it so much. But I will wave that pink ribbon for myself, for others, and especially for those that aren't with us because they lost that battle. Cancer was the hardest thing that I've had to go through. Those were the worst of days, and we will all have the worst of days. But in those days, I hope you remember to reach out, to build connections, to find it within yourself in those depths of your being. I really hope that your worst of days don't involve cancer, but do involve saying breast in front of a group of people. And in those times, find your people. You can call me. I'm happy to be there for you. In doing so, we will all build bridges and cover those gaps together. Thank you.